We are live.
Woo! Internet.
Everybody all right this week?
I exist.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Trudging along.
Although apparently I did find out that you can use cucumbers with wine, and apparently it pairs very well with citrus.
Huh.
Make cucumber wine?
Apparently, from the little bit of thinking around that I did, what is typically the preferred is cucumber and lime.
I mean, they put those two together in a lot of drinks, so it makes sense.
Yeah. And I have and I am going to the kid has been we've been kind of big on giving the kid fruit for snacks, but she's not super consistent. So I am going to
My child has decided he doesn't like apples and bananas as much as he did, even though he just bought like 3 apples.
So I am going to start, when we buy her like a bag of apples, once it gets to the point where they start to get soft, I'm going to just chunk them in the freezer until I've got enough to make a batch of wine.
Hey, I never buy a bag though because I know they're gonna go bad. But that is smart.
The more you know. I got a gallon of mead going in the hamper of the guest bathroom right now that I need to move to secondary, so I can clarify it a little bit. Anyway, so it's been a week or two, and let's see. Recap: y'all found out the Elder Prioress is a dragon. Someone got possessed by a lich.
So
then someone got beat up and dropped a fireball right as they dropped a fireball, then got beat up right as they regained control of their body. And then we had a bit of a falling out with different members of the party.
I don't know what you're talking about falling out. He just decided to stomp out the room.
So, everybody got a long rest. And let's see. We got 2 different groups. I need one of the brothers to roll a d20, and I need somebody from the other group to roll a d20, and that will be who we go with first. 17 for that, and a 19 for Mulak. So
Damn.
we start off in Cheddars, Julius Cheddars. Mulak, you stayed in the back the whole night, didn't you?
I went to my room.
Which was the back.
Which was was the storage closet that they put like a sorta bed in.
Yeah, well, wherever the room was. Yeah, I just didn't really move from there.
Okay, and Mularn, you sat out front drinking, waiting on your brother.
I set myself up in a booth and drank for a while, and then kind of did what I did. My meditation, just kind of chilling in a booth.
All right. Which one of you do you think is going to be up and moving first?
I don't know. Probably me, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I am legit not going anywhere until he comes out. So,
okay, in that case, Mulak, when you exit the room, very quickly you see your brother set up in a booth to where he could see you stepping out of that doorway with a couple bottles on the table. Boxes, that's right. There was boxed wines.
Yeah. I will pour a glass of the red for him, And a glass of the white for me because I like white.
So what you doing, Mulak?
Staring at him, not saying anything.
I'm going to push the glass towards him.
I'll just shake my head no.
Good. They Greg and Dreyfus apparently found it. I think Greg stole it from the horse guy, the stable guy's wake or funeral or like celebration of life thing.
That's rude.
It is, but it's 100% on track for this whole situation, don't you think?
What situation?
I mean,
Not what, which?
that would be the question. Well, this whole undead menace thing's starting to kind of get out of hand. I mean, we obviously, I obviously have it in hand currently.
Huh.
As long as nobody touches the hand, we should be fine. That was unpleasant.
Mm-hmm.
I tried sending you a message and I couldn't.
Hmm.
I don't like that. I've never not been able to get in touch with you.
There's other ways to do it.
And I am absolutely going to be looking into that as quickly as possible, because for the first time in probably pretty much our entire lives, as I felt alone, and I don't like that.
Yeah, it's a lot of things I don't like.
Obviously. Where are you landing on all this?
Once again, on which?
Oh, on what happened last night, for starters.
I think that was clearly answered.
Do you want to leave?
And go where?
I don't know. I guess it's, are you in a good, are you invested in what we've been doing?
Are you?
I would say then I'd say yeah.
And so am I. I ain't gonna let shit like that happen again.
I agree, and I'm going to need your help to. We need to find a way to either A, not let that happen again, or B, put ourselves in a position where if it happens again, the other knows immediately. Be- because as I don't know what happened. I don't know what you saw. I don't know what happened to me. The last thing that I remember from seeing through my own eyes was picking up the hand. The next thing that I see through my own eyes is the broadside of an axe.
It's about what I saw too. And I'm not gonna let anyone just push me around like that again. I can flex too, just not with my muscles.
I am aware. We need to, if nothing else, then you and I need to figure out something that will prevent this from happening again without one of us, without the other realizing it. Because the last thing we need is one of us is for that to happen again. Because that was not pleasant. I don't know. I don't know how to describe how I feel about what happened last night. I was not in control. I hurt everyone. I hurt you, apparently. And then I put our compatriots in a position to do what they did. All because something had control of me.
It's just there's ways to do it and there's not. You know, what if I instantly threw Tarl against the wall and casted a spell on him? How do you think that would be taken?
Yeah. There is also the fact that I was exhausted and I didn't have access to much of anything.
Yeah, probably should have left. Probably shouldn't go invisible and climb up walls where nobody can see you and then give us bad directions. Oh wait, wrong game. Sorry.
Yeah.
We'll deal with that when we deal with your pay. I don't know. The only thing that I know for sure is that
I was about to say, because I was just sitting in a boat. Wait, wrong character.
the only thing that I know for sure is we've got to get rid of this thing.
You let me know how.
As soon as I figure this out, as soon as I figure it out. Maybe Tarl can consecrate this thing. I don't know. It is undead, man. Maybe he can do something. I don't know. I don't know God stuff. I
Yeah,
don't
you know
divine.
who does?
Tarl.
Dad.
Don't exactly have a lot of time. But you're right.
I mean, what did I say? Desperate times.
Yeah. We got to drop him a line. We do have to drop him a line anyway, don't we? Because the last thing we need is for whatever happens here. The last thing we need is for the dipshit in charge to
Do this stupid shit.
Yep.
Well, I guess we gotta get that stupid dragon bitch out of the fucking dragon bitch storage.
How are you feeling on that? How are you landing on that one?
I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you this much. I don't want that stupid crap happening, so that's how I'm falling on it.
Yeah. And the more I think about it, and
That guy's gonna die.
about a box into this wine, I came to the realization that whether she gets out or not, that doesn't do anything. Because unless we stop. I don't know if him not being a factor anymore would stop this from coming.
It'll stop knowledge from spreading.
I 100% agree with you. Question is, how do we do it? I'm aside from our grievance with him aside, I believe wholeheartedly that he is behind this. That he is setting up a problem for him, setting up a problem that he can solve.
Can't you turn into shit?
No. Not yet. Not yet.
So as y'all sit there, still thinking and drinking, one of the employees is going to come in, see y'all are still there, and make their way to the kitchen to start cooking. And we're going to move to the other group as they are waking up back at the inn.
Blech. Being awake. I don't like being awake.
Would Peregrine have had any time to read some of her book last night?
Possibly.
Because I think it was early afternoon when she went back to her room.
If we're able to stop Greg from clinging onto you, shouting "Mother!"
She'll just carry him with her and just do her exercise reps while he's on her back.
Yeah, Greg doesn't go to sleep easy this night, Peregrine, and it makes it hard for you to eventually fall asleep. However, I do believe there's a little transformation that occurs.
Yeah, she would have just tried to be quiet this time. Just curled up.
Is it full on Peregrine?
It pretty much would have been the same as the other time, except this time a little less scared and a little more. I'm tired. I'm asleep. And she just would sleep in a giant lump on the floor.
Greg sprawls out in the bed.
Peregrine turns into Peregrine. This too. I'm. You know what? I don't care. I'm tired. I'm going to sleep.
A lot happened today. This
So
is a problem for later, Peregrine.
You can knock a couple hours off of your book.
Yay.
Back in the room, there is Arvax, Dreyfus, and Tarl.
Tarl's sleeping.
Tarl's
Arvax.
sleeping in.
Arvax said last night had just like no more armor, not getting out of the chair. Pretty much spent the night in the chair. But she gets up and starts getting ready. She's getting ready. Is Dreyfus awake?
Dreyfus is actually going to assist you in putting on your armor.
Can I ask you a question? And you'll be honest.
I kind of have to be.
I want to know how much of an asshole this makes me. Is it bad that when we heard everything that the not, High Priestess lady had to say / dragon, there was a part of me that kind of still does wanted to tell her no. I mean, we're gonna do something about it, as we said we would, I guess, but part of me started thinking about the whole Kobold raid and how many people died and how much, damage that caused. And it's kind of fucked up just because she wanted to get out of here. It's kind of her own fault she's here and she's a fucking dragon and in 100 years hasn't figured out how to get out. And at first I thought maybe she'd stayed because she actually had started to care about the people around here or something, but she's just kind of too dumb to figure out a way to get out. How awful does it make me that I kind of wanted to say no at first?
Honestly, the best option is just to kill the dragon, but that doesn't fix any solutions or cause any solutions here. It just makes more problems.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I would say there's other things that make you an asshole from my personal experiences. Saying no to a dragon would not do much.
Well, luckily I wasn't asking you about the other instances.
Like yesterday, you were an asshole. Forgive me.
Well, if I tried to explain before anything, he could probably talk his way around me, or whatever was in him could talk his way around me. It probably wouldn't have ended up worse for us. Some of us might have ended up dead. I don't know.
I didn't say it was a bad thing. I would have run him through.
I mean, I'm not gonna say sorry. I'm sorry that Malak got upset, but
Then you are still an asshole. Just be willing to deal with that you are an asshole.
yeah, I can deal with it on that account.
Is there anything else you need me to do?
No, thanks. Appreciate it.
He's gonna sit down and start cleaning Tarl's armor while Tarl is asleep.
I'll go and see if Peregrine is still Peregrine.
Is Peregrine still Peregrine?
What time would it be now?
Early morning. Probably somewhere between 6 and 7.
Probably not. If the sun rises at like 6, I'd say probably not.
Arvax
She's still sleeping though.
knocking on the door. Are you normal? Well,
Ah,
relatively.
yeah. So, ugh. She's like on the floor trying to get up and is all like stiff now.
You slept on the floor, didn't you?
I mean, do you really think that I could fit in the bed that you saw last time?
I don't know how big the bed is in there.
Greg has built a pillow fort on it.
Yeah, oddly enough, kobolds take up a lot of space in bed. So yeah, no.
He nested.
I think it's some comfort thing. I try not to question it.
A little snoot sticks out. Safety. And it pulls back in.
It's boy. Hello, boy.
Share that with everybody on Discord real quick, Em.
I'll find it.
She showed me an animation. I'm like, well, I now have to save all kobolds at all costs now because there's one damn animation. Except for the really heinous butthole ones. They on their own.
I just wanted to see if you were up. Tarl,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I'm up. It was a little bit of a night. Mulak, kind of was pissing me off. He was picking some fights.
wait, he tried to fight you?
He tried to just fight anybody who would fight him. So,
Why?
he was
I'm the
pissed.
one that pissed him off. Why didn't he come try to fight me? Why did he go
I
off
don't
all
know.
pissy?
It was honestly very cowardly and kind of pissed me off. So I tried to get him to fight me, and when I guess he realized I punched too hard, he decided never mind, and then went off to get drunk at some place, I guess.
I'm
Secretly,
assuming
he wanted a random person he doesn't know to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, Peregrine
That's
doesn't know that.
dumb.
I should have just had the kid from the livery freak the hell out and like just unleash all the rage that has occurred in the last 3.5 days.
I was just like, that's dumb. I would have beat the shit out of you if you wanted.
Just all of a sudden that kid pulls his shirt off. He's actually ripped as hell. It's from carrying all the potatoes there, good sir.
So I don't know how to deal with things. I kind of have an idea for the dragon thing if, Mulak is willing to listen, but the other, I don't know if we can tie it in somehow.
I mean, if we're still trying to get her out, I have a way to get her out. It's just I don't know what to do from there because I don't know much about dragons, but it doesn't seem like it's really a great thing, her being out and about, but I don't know.
I mean, I kind of have an idea, but I'm kind of trying to piece together how it can fit in the other problem. But I guess we should wait till we're all together again. I'm hungry.
Yeah, actually, yeah, food would be good. Let's go do that.
A gnome jumps out of the pillows.
Oh, I was gonna ask if you're hungry, but I think that answers.
Tarl
What?
jumps out of the bed and starts putting his armor on.
Why
It
was
is-
there a gnome in the room?
It's Greg.
It's Greg. His
Oh
his
my god, yeah.
his
I
ability.
was like, what the
We
fuck?
thought Greg was doing something.
Oh,
Hey, Greg had a house guest, okay?
Oh Lord.
I mean,
That's-
I'm
that
not
is
judging.
rude when you are staying in with you're rooming with someone else without asking permission. Also, I
He
shared
is
the
a
video.
member of this team, and he
You
will
would-
be respected as such.
You would not have liked me in college.
I shared the video on Discord.
So
We're gonna go downstairs.
gnome Greg comes out. Breakfast. Then I go meet
Yes.
Mom.
Yep,
Let's
uh-huh.
cool your heels on that one. We need to figure some things out, okay?
Yep.
He turns and there's just these big watery eyes. But mother,
Greg, you waited this long. You need to chill so that Mother doesn't get shot out of the sky, okay?
make a persuasion roll.
Oh, I'm actually good at these. Watch me roll shit. Woo!
Greg just wipes tears away and just nods and goes
Hey.
downstairs to eat bacon.
Hey, listen. We're gonna figure it out, okay? Just don't worry about it. It's just you gotta be patient is all right?
Mm.
I'm gonna let him walk and I'm gonna lean towards Peregrine. I wasn't really sure what to think about him, but now that I know what she did, I actually feel really, really bad for him.
Yeah. I don't. I guess just I don't know if he has the mental capacity to understand it anyway. So it might as well just
I think
be okay to keep
I
going.
think he gets it enough. Just man, the dragon's kind of a fucking asshole.
Yeah, that's been about the only thing I've learned about him so far.
And not smart. Like, is it a she? I don't know. I'm going with she. She's not
I
that
mean,
smart.
Yeah. Nah. I don't know much about dragons. I don't know.
I mean,
Tarl goes down, orders a slab of bacon, a ham, a quarter stack of flapjacks, and a dozen eggs, and starts to pig out.
Tarl is gonna
Quarrel!
sorry. Tarl is very much gonna have the itis after this, or use this all for energy. This is how he smash so hard, is just a dozen eggs. So Tarl, Greg are downstairs eating. Dreyfus comes out dressed and starts to head down, looks at the two of you in the hallway. I will get my food and return to the room.
I was gonna bring it up to you if you didn't feel like going downstairs. I know they're weird about it.
I just have to go to the back of the kitchen.
Tarl hears that and says, "No, you're gonna join us like a man."
Tarl, that's not how it works with him. Stop.
If he orders it, it works.
That's an order.
He goes and sits down, and the
I don't like
halfling
ordering people. Damn it!
the halfling is staring like doesn't really like that, but you've also given him the equivalent of like 3 months' wages in the course of like 24 hours.
He'll live. Arvax does not like giving people orders.
So everybody,
Arvax didn't give an order.
I know, but that's why he doesn't do it because it feels weird.
so y'all sit down to eat breakfast. Twins. What are y'all doing other than finishing those boxes of wine?
I'm not drinking any wine.
So, I don't think this dragon situation is advantageous in any way, shape, or form. The question is, what do we do now?
About.
As I see it, our main problem at the moment is the Richter.
Mm-hmm.
We can't rightly just walk up and murder him in the street.
Why not?
If for no other reason, Smebulok.
How's that hurt him?
Because he now effectively works for the church, and it is public record that that he is the reason that we are here.
Yeah, what, months ago, according to them.
Also, and it's not really going to be if they're going to try to pull any shenanigans with Dad, that would be a really good impetus for them to do that. You know what I mean?
To do what?
To potentially call down the Thunder to call an investigation and have Dad and everyone else related to us arrested for heresy. And then put up on the auction block if they're lucky.
Are there ways to send letters in this city?
There is a postal system, but it's probably the better part of a week and a half to the capital or the provincial capital of, let me make sure I'm saying this name right. Stop dying.
Trying.
Of Gisthera. And then Gisthera, there would be a ship that would take probably another 2 weeks to get to Mont Dryas, where your family is. So you're looking at 3.5 weeks to get a letter by mundane means. A sending scroll would probably be the fastest thing you could do.
Is there any like do I know, is there any spell that does like an, I know in 3.5 they had like animal messenger?
I mean, if you had a familiar, you could technically use it to do that, but it would still take a hot minute based on geography.
I mean, I have a familiar. I should probably reconjure him at some point because the last time he was in a situation, a dude was with us.
Let's go write a letter just in case it gets there before we do.
Okay.
And it's gonna be very like, the way I want to write it, it's not gonna make any sense. Like if somebody else read it, it's gonna say things like, the feathers have darkened. Just weird
Very codified.
allegories that like don't really make sense. But if my dad read them, it's like, go, hide. Get rid of your paraphernalia, basically.
Okay.
To basically tip him off that
He's been outed.
Okay, if you write the letter, you will have to. The Metal Pike's office is also kind of sort of the post office sort of thing.
That's fine. We'll just go there.
So you drop it off there. They take the letter. They put it in a box with other letters that say "Go out this week." And the metal pike behind the desk go, "We'll wait for a courier to come, and then we'll send it. That'll be 1 silver."
Give
I'll,
them a. Oh, okay.
yeah, I'll pay it.
So, are you going to venture back towards the inn, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I think at this point, let's start getting back with everyone to game plan. What we do next is probably the best. It's probably the best step.
I'm telling my brother this. I'm gonna stay downstairs. Over there, but downstairs. Y'all just when y'all leave, I'll see you and follow.
Are you saying downstairs in the inn, or you're just going to wait outside the building?
No, like in the end.
Okay, that everybody's going to be downstairs in the main room eating, so you're just going to
Then-
be off to the side.
Yeah, different table. Yeah.
Okay.
Or like, is there a bar or something instead of a table? Opposite of them.
There's another table you could sit at. So everyone else, as you're eating, you see the twins come back in.
Ah,
I'm going to order breakfast and sit down with everyone. So, does anybody have any bright ideas?
we should probably not talk about it down here. I have one, maybe. Possibly. I don't know. It's more of a working theory, hypothesis. I don't know. We probably shouldn't do it down here where everybody can hear. So.
See, as a reminder, you have 2 days before the Holy Wind reaches.
Yeah. We also need to go next door and see about finding a way to I don't know, seal, destroy, discombobulate. I don't know. We've got to figure out how to stop this guy from doing anything. If I'm being honest, because
I'm wondering if we could use what we found out yesterday and need to fix. If we could maybe use that to extend the time we have to figure it out. Like, I'm looking around. Is there a lot of people downstairs in the inn?
There is Mulak at another table, and then there's like a family of halflings over at another table.
Are they like across the room from us?
It's not a massive room, but they don't seem to be paying attention to you at all.
I don't think that our blue issue is going to have any bearing whatsoever on the weather.
Well, maybe
Because if it would, then our blue problem probably would have done something about this before now.
Well, you say that, but I think the blue problem isn't all that bright and doesn't actually care about anything besides what the blue problem wants. But
So that means that our blue problem has nothing to do with the weather from either side.
I'm saying, is there a way to utilize the blue problem? Look, I'm trying to talk low so they can hear me, but no one else really would. I don't know the church like you guys might, or maybe Dreyfus would, or anyone else around here. But say something happened, like the elder prioress ended up sacrificing herself fighting a blue dragon that came back for revenge. Would that maybe cause some sort of I don't know, time of mourning or an interruption in a holy wind being called because of all that shit?
I don't think so. I think something that drastic would make it happen, would justify it.
No, that has nothing to do with necromancy. Dragons don't have necromancy. I don't have to do with necromancy. I'm just saying, if they felt like they lost the head of their, their
Arvax?
boss, just saying they'd be scrambling. Maybe that wouldn't be their priority.
Dreyfus belongs to us now like property because he saved this entire town. By
probably
making
different in
the
their
best.
eyes. I'm saying if it were a
Exactly.
public thing, watching this person that they all love and respect suddenly being gone because of this dragon who flies off into the nethers.
As y'all are talking, everyone hears a pounding that sounds like a hammer nailing something.
What the hell?
You see the innkeeper going, "Hey, no, don't you put that there? Don't, no, that is solid oak." But you see one of the hill guard is hammering something to the inside of the door. Just kind of pushes the halfling back and then leaves.
Could at least ask permission, asshole.
It's not the way these people work, Arvax.
I don't like the way any of these people work. What's on the sign?
If anybody gets up to read the flyer that has been nailed to the door, it says in Elvish, and then below it's in Common. Martial law has been declared by the Woven Branch. The streets will be patrolled due to the presence of potential necromancy and heresy.
Fuck.
It said, more or less, summarize it, most folks are not going to be allowed out throughout the rest of the day. There's a lockdown going down. Essential business is allowed. But there is no just, I'm going to go down to my neighbor's house. There is also a curfew that at sundown, no one is to be in the streets unless they are a member of the Metal Pikes, the Woven Branch, or the Hill Guard, which has been absorbed now into the Woven Branch directly.
Are there examples of their version of essential business?
I mean, we're good because we're technically helping with the necromancy. Plus, we technically work for the Metal Pikes, so.
But it looks like, the big thing here is it looks like they're locking the city down, which twins give me a roll, a history roll.
Sounds like we may need to get out of Dodge.
We need to save Dodge.
Malarn, you know this is the first step before a holy wind reaches.
Is there no example of whatever they consider to be?
It is just, it seems like it's to be understood. I mean, if you're I mean, it's like if you work with the metal pikes, or if you run like the livery or the blacksmith shop, that would be essential.
I'd say going to the bouncy fire.
What about for
would
like
be,
normal people going get
Oh shit.
Oh, we have a child abduction.
Yeah, I
Yep.
just got it too. Well, if you're in Louisiana, anybody listening, look for a 2007 blue Honda Civic.
So you know that this is a preparation.
Can like normal people go grocery shopping, for example?
Yeah, that would be allowed, but
Okay.
like it's a there and back.
I think going to the bouncy fire would be considered essential at this moment.
There is a good chance you could argue that, but
I was saying the group.
okay, I was going to say it does look like the Woven Branch is taking over the city in preparation for something.
This is my. I'll kind of tap the sign and look at Arvax and go, "This is what I mean."
Yeah, I had a feeling. So maybe we should go
This
see
is-
your friend.
This is. I would like to remind you that this is day 2 of our 3 days.
I get it. That's what I'm saying. Let's go see your friend.
Is there anything else that we need to Is there anything else that we need to take care of? Provisions, anything else that we can see about getting at the same time?
Is there a potion shop around?
That's where we're going.
That's the bouncy fire.
I'm going to the potion shop with them.
So is everybody heading to the bouncy fire?
It sounds that way.
As you get out, you can see that all up and down the market way, that there are Hillguard hammering these flyers up. You can also see that there are more metal pikes out, and you can actually, something you haven't seen is there's at least 3 keepers in the streets. You usually don't see the Woven Branch too far away from the temple. And it looks like the keepers, which you know are the lowest rank of the Woven Branch, seem to be in charge of small groups of Hillguard.
I'm gonna turn and go, okay, I need my brother and Tarl for this specifically, for input and help and magicy help. Do you think that do you guys think that maybe Smevulok might have something, a writ or something that we can potentially get from the metal pikes that would give us a bit more free reign?
Or at least so we don't keep getting stopped.
Exactly.
You do have a writ from the metal pikes listing you as subcontracted mercenaries.
Oh, well, we got that.
I believe that you handed that over to Arvax several games back.
Yeah, we got this thing that says we work for them, so I think we're good on that point.
Okay. Because let's definitely keep that handy, and we can hopefully that'll give us a modicum of freedom.
Come on.
I will make my way to. I will lead the way over to the bouncy fire.
Okay, so gonna do Twins and Tarl. Peregrine and Arvax, you have Greg and Dreyfus with you. What are y'all doing?
I thought we were all going over there.
Yeah, might as well at
Yeah.
this point.
Okay, so everybody's going.
Like, we got nowhere else to go.
So as you get there, you actually see that there is. You see that with 2 keepers inside is a shepherd.
In the bouncy fire?
Yep.
Ah, shit. What are they doing?
Let's see. Yeah, making sure I'm saying the right thing. There's a shepherd.
Is that the one step above the...
Yeah. It's kind of like the keepers are like the private shepherds are kind of like corporals, cannons or sergeants, and then you start going. You got the vicars and the vicar general.
What are they doing in there?
You see that the shepherd is looking right at Elaine. We are going to need absolutely all your potions so that we can make sure to keep our fighting force up. You will be reimbursed, but we need you to put them in a box and do so now so that we can ensure the safety of the city. We are commandeering any and all aid. And he puts down a piece of paper on the countertop. That what's everybody's passive perception?
14.
15.
13.
14.
Okay, everybody's is high enough that you notice that there is the golden seal of the tree on the paper, which means they just probably handed over something that has been signed and then sealed by the elder prioress. Or, if not her, the vicar. This is, we will need you to itemize everything that way you can be reimbursed correctly. And
Tarl whispers to Mulan or Mulat. I think we need to take the vicar out.
That's not the vicar. Also, why are you saying that in front of them? What the fuck?
You are not wrong, though.
they don't seem to notice because they are very, like, they didn't even notice that you've come in yet, but y'all can see Elaine kind of looks past this about middle height, high elven individual with a long, much like several of them, long golden hair. You notice the fire in her hair is definitely a little bit more pronounced.
I am going to catch her eye and shake my head. As in just fucking do it.
She looks at you like no shit. Like she
not dumb.
She goes and puts a box up and then writes down something on a paper and puts it in the box. There you go. That's all I have. Unless I can interest you in a love potion or a potion of flight. You can tell there's just this dripping kind of venom in there, but he's like, no ma'am, thank you very much. And as they turn, they see you. Please move out of the way, faithful.
Arvax skin crawls, just steps aside.
And they leave with a box full of potions.
Oh, I feel dirty being called that.
Dreyfus, you're faithful to something, right?
Not what they think.
But she looks at you. You have more bones, don't you, dear?
Hi, we found things.
You have no idea.
It's been a day. Well, yesterday was a day.
Last night was a day.
Oh, I know.
There's been a lot of days packed into a couple.
Move quickly, because you need to see this.
Okay. great. More fun.
I will follow.
You see standing, as if there was a person there, the skeleton.
Oh no. Wait, what parts does she have?
Foot, part of a leg, rib cage, finger bones, jawbone.
Well, that's unsettling.
Yeah. It's awake now, if it wasn't before.
Yeah. I'm guessing that's the case after yesterday.
Yeah. He he's a smarmy bastard. Had a nice little conversation while he was inside of my head.
Okay. Details. And you watch as the skeletal figure bumps into a wall.
It's actually moving?
Yep.
Oh god, I'm getting Onward vibes. But creepier.
Yeah. Found a hand. A couple rings on it. Scooped it up. Got possessed.
I'm gonna be right back.
It's a lich. And he's kind of a dick.
As they are.
Yeah. I am. Have you? Were you able to find anything on anything that could help us stop this and at least stop? And I'll just wave vaguely at the skeleton. This.
As it trips over a chair and regains its balance. It's weird because it's missing parts, but you see it even do the motions of like a person that's catching itself. I've been trying to figure out why it's doing that. It then just feels with you can see the knuckle bones or finger bones grabbing on, and then it just sits in the chair.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea there, Junior.
I tied it up and it got out.
Okay. Junior. I'm just gonna kind of just walk up and kind of kick the chair. Like, if you can hear me stomp once.
Nothing.
That was worth a shot.
Or at least put out what you found on the table.
I will. Let's see. Let's see. Teeth. Here's the thing. When I touched the hand, that's when he possessed me and tried to take over, and immediately wanted to come here. So not real keen on pulling that thing out because it has the same filigree that the foot did, that the foot does. Which could very well cause this thing to knit itself back together even more.
Oh, I'm fairly certain it's going to do that. It's been drawn like a magnet. You did detect magic.
With subtle spell, and I'm specifically looking, is there, from experience, is there any invisible jewelry on this hand?
Has the hand been pulled out?
Oh, I thought that's what was sitting in the chair.
No, in the chair is the rest of the bones. It makes a really weird.
And the hand is not part of it?
The hand has not been pulled out.
We've got the hand.
I'll wait until they pull the hand out to do that then. But with subtle spell, so no one else sees me do it.
She goes, "Wouldn't somebody just move it into another portion of the store, and then we can look."
I'll move it.
You just pick up the chair and you watch the skeleton's body shift, like, what the hell? And then it gets moved.
Yeah, chill out.
I will. I have.
I believe you had some teeth, the hip, the other thigh bone, and the hand, correct?
Yes. Do it. Nope, I don't. Okay. I will kind of dump everything out, making sure not to touch the hand.
Now I'll do that thing.
Okay, so everything really heavy necromancy. The rings on the fingers that seem to be almost fused to the swollen bone and remaining flesh have evocation, abjuration, and transmutation.
Like one of each, or all the rings each have that?
Each ring has a different one. The last one is, or the last two, because there's one on each one in the thumb, illusion and necromancy.
Do I know which one could have done what it did to my brother?
No. I mean, there's a chance it could have been a ring. It's a chance it could have been the hand. But as you do that, you can see that her eyes flash this bright blue, and you can tell that she did the same spell as you and starts repeating that.
I'm also going to just kind of look around, but like, is she wearing anything magical, or?
She has several pieces of jewelry that have some form of abjuration on it. You notice, because she's wearing her bathrobe with another, or a robe with a lighter robe underneath it, probably, pajamas with a house robe over the top. There is obvious.
Is her extra red hair magical?
There's a faint magical essence from her, but you notice that there is some type of. Hold on, let me double check something. I thought this would have it written on there. What school of magic would deal with, like, bags of holding?
Divination.
Not divination. That's not a bag of holding. I think it would be...
Summoning. Because teleportation is summoning.
Conjuration?
Summoning is like teleporting and stuff.
There's conjuration, abjuration. I feel like a bag of holding is like abjuration.
I'm almost positive it's summoning.
It's conjuration, so that would be summoning.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Since it's dealing with extraplanar. Somewhere on her upper torso there is conjuration magic. And then the rest of the store just is you're hitting off on evocation, illusion.
Just random magic shit.
Yeah.
Okay. But if she's calling out and she's saying the actual correct things for the rings?
Yep.
Okay.
But as y'all are looking, you actually see the hips shift up and the thigh bone swing over the edge of the table as if it was someone getting up and moving.
Like the pieces that have been dumped out have formed a second partial skeleton that seemed to be moving around.
Has stood up. Just the hip bone and the leg. The teeth and the hand have not moved.
Huh.
And you watch as they move to where Arvax had put the rest of the body.
Huh. I'm gonna cast a spell magic on it. And I'm probably gonna have to roll.
You can.
It's gonna be an intelligence check.
It doesn't seem to have an effect.
Well, I can't stop it. See, it's probably gonna be too strong for that.
But as you're doing that, everyone watches as the hips pop into place on the bottom of the spine from the rib cage. The skeleton stands up on the chair and starts shifting, looking like it's just moving its hips and testing out how everything fits. It's kind of weird. It's like it's bringing it around town. It's a little disturbing, Arvax. There's a skeleton that is kind of pelvic thrusting near you.
I'm going to look at Elaine and go, you got one of them lead boxes?
I have an entire lead vault.
Cool. Do you have a lead box that we would be able to not touch the hand to put it in?
Yes.
Let's do that.
When she's looking at it, the hand's mostly inert.
The
Other
hand
than the language says all will be.
I wasn't inert yesterday.
Balls are inert.
Doesn't make a bit of difference, guys.
Balls are inert. Oh, god damn it.
So the rings, did the hand pop up as magical?
There is necromancy on it like all the bones. As y'all are looking, Arvax, the skeleton, jumps from the chair and starts walking back towards the table.
Sorry, I stepped away for a sec. You said it starts walking back to the table?
Yep.
Like where all the stuff is?
Yep. What's everybody doing as the skeleton seems to be heading back towards the table?
I'm gonna step in front of it and stop it.
Okay. Roll.
Oh no. Oh no.
Let's do athletics.
Oh boy.
I mean, it got a 13. It's just a skeleton.
You probably just jinxed me. Oh, by one.
Barely. This thing is like flailing around Arvax trying to get through. Peregrine, it's not too far from you either.
Peregrine, could you help?
Yeah, she gonna try to stop it. Athletics?
Yep.
Hold up, my character sheet's fighting me. Here.
Oh no. Roll initiative against your own character sheet.
There we go.
Okay, between the two.
Tarl's preparing his hammer.
Okay, the two of you are restraining it. It's still fighting, trying to pull free from you, but it's not.
Maybe put the other stuff away.
She takes out a very long pair of tongs and drops the hand in a box. Mulak and Mularn, you see that the teeth are rattling.
I gotta let the dog out. Hang on.
I am really regretting not picking up Mage Hand. Do I have?
Is Dreyfus here? Tell him to pick it up.
You could tell him to.
Let's.
Do what?
That's probably not a great idea.
I mean, the teeth are rattling. The hand is in a lead box and still not moving.
I'm gonna go ahead and scoop the teeth back into the bag.
Okay.
And like make sure that the bag is tightly closed and the flap is tightly secured.
Okay, and you're in your bag of holding? Or is it
Well,
just a regular bag?
It is just a regular bag.
Okay, you can feel the teeth kind of in there almost like it's a bunch of insects buzzing around.
Yeah. So, probably not a good idea to let this thing come back together.
No, you think?
Tarl, is there any way that you could like, I don't know, like consecrate the bones or something to like make them to undead them?
Oh god, casting True Resurrection on the Lich.
Bruh, that would literally break him. Well, kinda. He'd still be a wizard. He'd still be a high level wizard, but he would be a dude.
Very pissed off, very confused high level wizard.
And then you just shoot him in the face. Welcome back to the land of the living. Axe to face. And now you're dead again. But this time you're just a dude. I will return.
All I can do is maybe say a prayer over him.
If you'd like to do that, Tarl, roll me a religion check. Okay, as Tarl recites a prayer in, I'm assuming, Dwarvish to Tyr, you watch as the bones start to chill and start to calm down, and then just they still stay together as they were, but now they have gone kind of inanimate for the most part. There's still a twitch every so often. And Elaine just goes, put those in the big safe right now.
Peregrine and I will shove it over to the safe.
Yep.
Okay, as you put it in there, she will then close it, and then she will put the hand into another smaller safe underneath her main counter. That's weird. I don't like it.
Well,
Have you made any headway on what the hell any of this is?
well,
Other than there's another necromancer in town.
Is there any way to get the rings off the hand?
If you want to touch it, Sir Dwarf, you may certainly do so.
I was thinking more like crush it under below my hammer.
You may certainly try. I just don't do such means.
What do y'all think?
All right.
Hang on.
I think Dewey was barking to say, hey, let me in. I've pooped. So, Tarl, would you like to try to smack the hand?
Give me just a second.
Okay.
what does this thing want? I mean, other than being put back together, what does it want? It was in your head. Did it say anything?
Tarl is casting stone skin on himself.
See, what does that do? You have resistance to non-magical damage, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Oh,
Okay.
wait.
Everybody step back.
The hand will be dumped out onto a... she does have a small anvil. Do you mage hand the hand out?
Yeah, just in case they want to use that instead, but he can definitely smack it harder than my hand can, so.
Okay, you slam it down on there. And the whole room is filled with a flash. And then when you pull your hammer back, Tarl, there's a slight dent in the shape of the stones of the rings in the middle of your hammer facing. Not like a cracker thing, it's just a small dent that you definitely can notice. Other people might not because they are not a fine blacksmith as you are. But the hand seems undamaged.
Oof.
Well, that proved not to work.
No. No, I didn't.
The whole room is noticeably cooler now, mostly because of Tarl's hammer.
Again, question posed. What the hell does this thing want to do when it's all back together?
I'll try to use the mage hand and see if I can pull the rings off with the mage hand.
Okay. I'm not going to make you roll. They don't seem to be able to. As they're tugging, it almost seems like they're fused to the bone and skin.
Creepy.
Did the hand even flatten out a little bit when he smacked it?
It did.
But it's
it
not
seems-
like a mess of a hand, though.
No, it looks like the hand got pushed flat instead of it being like the fingers were slightly curled.
And from what I saw, he smacked the living shit out of that thing, huh?
Yeah, the whole room had a bright flash of light and then a
Okay.
breeze of cool air.
I'm back.
Elaine goes over to a staircase and goes upstairs. Give me a moment.
When that thing was in your head, did it like tell you what it's gonna do? Like, it wants to be back in one piece, obviously, but why? What is it gonna do?
Okay. Tarl takes out his hanky of holding. He dumps the contents of the hanky of holding into his other bag of holding, and he puts the hanky of holding over the hand.
It goes into the space.
And anything magical that goes into a bag of holding doesn't make it.
Let me double check that. Because a whole lot of magic weapons would have been destroyed earlier.
I hadn't put any magic weapons in my bags.
I'm just saying from previous campaigns too.
Just in general.
So back to my question.
Yeah, did he? He didn't. Our
No, it only
conversation-
the destruction happens, Tarl, if you put 2 bags of holding into each other.
and then it destroys both bags.
Yeah, if you stick 1 bag of holding into another bag of holding, or a portable hole or a haversack, it destroys both of them, and the items inside of it will be scattered across the astral sea. And any creature within 10 feet of it will be sucked into a random location in the astral sea.
When he our conversations whenever he was in my head weren't really all that fruitful, were they?
No, it seems more like he was taunting you and also was intent on, like, the only thing you probably could glean from it is he wanted to get back to the rest of that body.
Yeah, he was super focused. So no, he was a smarmy asshole, and he was super focused on getting all the pieces put back together.
Ugh. We need to figure out why, though.
Elaine comes down wearing a robe that is pulled tighter across herself. Like it was the first, the one she had couldn't close all the way. This one definitely does. She kind of gives you a glance, Mulak, that is not happy. And she has a couple of books with her. And she asks, "Can anyone in here read Primordial?"
Are those books magical?
I can actually.
I need you to read this one. I'm a little rusty on it.
Sure.
I'm turning my hanky of holding inside out to dump the contents back into the box that it was in, and I'm turning the hanky back right side out and putting my gold back in it.
Okay, so the hand is back in a box, and I'm assuming somebody closes it and puts it back in the safe.
Yeah.
The little safe, not the big safe that y'all can hear a tapping inside of now. But Peregrine, give me an investigation check at advantage while reading this book because it's in Primordial.
Does that book have magic coming off of it?
Oh, no.
Peregrine, it's a dense read. Like, you usually don't know how to read common, but you've seen the runes and the etchings for Primordial. But it's been a while, so it's going to take you a solid chunk reading through this, but it seems to be telling you the story of early undead.
Gotcha.
Like pre-separation undead.
This does not make a lot of sense.
But you see that she has one book out and she's pushed another one out. If someone else can read Infernal, please do so I'm not reading 2 books at the same time.
Yeah, unless it's Goblin or Orc, I'm not going to be much help.
Yeah, draconic. Don't have comprehend languages.
I can't read it.
Okay, so she's just going to pull the book back and slide the other one out. This one is in Draconic and has a section that is annotated in Dwarvish.
Huh?
I can read that one.
You have draconic too, don't you? You could read it all.
Yeah, I can read Draconic and Dwarvish.
I'm just gonna stand there awkwardly feeling dumb.
She's going to look at you. I need you to go get me the 3 large red vials that are up at the top of the potions cabinet that are listed as sleep potions.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to look at Mulak. I need you to go get the 2 blue ones that are listed as liquid of tasting.
Go look for it.
Is it full of LSD?
No. If you bring those back, she goes, those are actually potions of healings. They're superior, which is the 4d4. Those are that. I lie about what they are because this and motions with a hand. And those are actually etheric potions. They'll allow you to recover spell slots. Take them, because you're going to need them. I can always find somebody, and she looks over at Mularn, to help pay for them later.
I mean, we could probably. How much are they?
You really don't want to know.
I think she's talking about more word and deed than financial compensation.
No, you're taking me out to multiple dates.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Like the word and deed to you, less monetary compensation to. Okay, we yes.
Should we put these in the bag of holding?
I will take one of the spell slot ones and I think my brother and I should have the spell slot ones. I think Peregrine and I think you 3 need to. I think Peregrine for sure is probably going to need one of the health potions.
I hand one to Peregrine.
Okay, the way the spell potions work is you will roll a d4, and that is how many spell slots you can get back. So if you rolled 3, you could replenish 3 level 1s, or a level 2 and a level 1. Make sense?
Yep.
So it's a d4 plus 1.
I look at Tarl. One of us
D4
carry it, or
plus
should we
1,
put
you
it in the
said?
bag?
It's a d4 plus 1, so you will always
Plus
get
1.
1 spell. You will always get at least 2 spell slots back. So, Peregrine and Tarl, give me another investigation check with advantage because you're reading in languages you're proficient in.
Tarl, do you want to put it in the bag, or do you think one of us should carry those?
Put what in the bag?
We got 2 superior potions of healing. I gave one to Peregrine. What should we do with the other?
I mean, you're usually on the front line as well.
I know, that's why I was asking Tarl, because he and I are usually up front too.
You keep it, because I've got spells to handle that.
Alright.
Okay, Tarl, you start reading, and you can tell this is a journal about the defeat of a lich. And you note that in it mentions a bejeweled hand and a bright red robe. Peregrine, you learn of a land far off that's original name is lost, but it's now mostly known as Nowhere. Knoewier, or sorry, Knoewier. It was once known as Diaz, DEE''AZ. And it was at one point a kingdom known for being ruled by the undead.
Okay.
And they are also noted for having bright red robes. As you get a little bit further in, it's you both kind of pick up a little bit with that they tried to take over a large portion of the world, but were felled by some of the earliest members of the Elfim theocracy, like the second or third High Mother or Holy Mother is noted for banishing or destroying most of them. And as y'all are discovering that, you also hear Elaine go, well, shit.
What shit?
Most of the time a lich has to have a phylactery. Some of the more powerful
Okay.
ones can literally divide the phylactery into multiple pieces that can be stored within themselves or within other creatures, seemingly for generations.
Heard of one. He didn't have a nose.
Oh, yes. Tommy. Tommy was a piece of shit and would never got above level 4. He only knew 5 spells. I heard he was defeated by a child, which means you never take him seriously.
I passed the information I learned on to Elaine and everybody else.
And she just, you watch as her hair flares really bright for a second and settles down. And she goes, I think we're dealing with an arch lich, not just a lich.
What's the difference?
Power.
Arch usually means worse, right?
That is how language works.
So
How do we destroy it with the hand?
The book I have doesn't say, but you smacked it and it didn't seem to do anything.
So what's all this mean?
It
I
said
don't-
you can destroy the lich with a bejeweled hand.
No, that there was they defeated a lich that had a bejeweled hand and a robe. I'm sorry, Cannon, if I did, I might have misspoke a little bit there. Like there's the description of a lich in a red robe with a bejeweled hand being defeated by some heroes.
Did it go in any detail about how they defeated it?
They separated its soul from its body.
So where's its soul?
With a
Hand-
17 with an arcana to see about what you know about separating a soul from a body, Cannon? Or what is the arcana roll for?
The hand we have.
I was cleaning my mouse and the button just clicked.
Oh, because I was going don't waste a really good roll though, because that is a really good roll.
So yes, that's what that roll was for.
Yes, that's what that roll was for.
So what you know is that there might be some higher level banishing spells that could separate the body from the spirit, and doing so with a lich is one, it was probably very difficult. But that means that it wasn't destroyed, it was just kind of scattered.
So is it soul still in all its parts?
That don't really make sense because the banishment spell that I have only lasts up to a minute.
It might be some like much higher level magic.
How big is the hand we have?
It's a little bit larger than a normal human hand. The knuckle bone, the skeleton seems like it is taller than pretty much everybody but Peregrine in the party.
And left hand or right hand?
It's the right hand.
So is the soul in all of the parts? And those got scattered?
That seems to be about the gist of it.
So we got all the parts, we got all these parts of its soul, and that's what it's trying to get back together.
Apparently, yes. If it manages to make that, if it manages to get all the pieces back together, then he will come back.
So is that, I mean, is that what we tell the Richter?
Elaine looks over at the safe that you still just hear a.
I mean,
It's tapping out a musical tune, and then you hear, like, you can hear that, like, the foot is tapping inside, and she's like, it doesn't seem to be acting very.
Lich-like.
Yes.
well, yeah, but maybe that's because it's not all together. What if it, gets all the pieces together and all of a sudden, boom, giant evil, dead wizard monster?
I don't think that's how it would work. I think it's.
I don't know.
I think the vessel is just trying to piece itself back together. How were you able to harm whatever it was when it was in your head?
Uh,
We harmed him.
yeah. He harmed me, but yeah. When I first got when he first did it, he was like I don't know, kind of just a robed figure. So naturally,
Didn't you
once
zap
I
him?
yeah, I hit him with a
But
fireball.
I got zapped from you.
Yes, but did he look harmed?
And it burned the cloak off, and he seemed to. Did it stagger him?
No.
No.
He was just standing there, and then the robe was gone when you burned it off of him.
Yeah, no, not really. He kind of shrugged off a fireball.
She looks over and sees Dreyfus is standing there. Dreyfus has poked something on a shelf that starts to almost fall off, and he tries to catch it. He's your penitent, isn't he?
Yeah. Why?
Well, if no one wants to pick it up, you could always ask him.
Why him?
We can use my mage hand.
No. I have a theory. But I would say if I was the one to try it, more than likely, if I'm wrong, everybody dies.
What happens if you're wrong and he picks it up?
Then you're out of penitent.
That's cold.
He's also an asshole. He's raided my store twice.
And he also currently he also doesn't have any magic.
Yes.
Which would
I
which
know
she's-
one spell that I just innately I can calm emotions sometimes.
which means that if this thing isn't the Lich and it's something else that may have information, then that's great. If it is the Lich, then it is in a body that has no magic, that can only really do one thing with no real big
I mean, he stabs pretty good.
I mean, yeah, but I don't. You know what I mean?
I'm not commanding anyone to pick any shit up, so.
Everybody give me a perception check real quick. Okay, Mulak is the only one that doesn't notice. Y'all see a small blue kobold chewing on the hand.
Great.
Matt,
What are you doing?
snack.
No.
No, it's not.
Jerky.
I've eaten some weird things, but that's nasty.
Tastes like sadness.
I mean,
Are you okay?
Where'd the kobold come from?
He was
He,
with
fo-
us.
he followed y'all because he was disguised as a gnome. He has a little. He managed to steal a hat of disguise, but it fell off, and now he's chewing on the hand.
Are you okay?
Yep, bites it again.
Spit it out.
Bites down harder and starts doing the
Drop
dog
it.
chew.
Drop it.
I'm surprised that Peregrine does not have a flashback right now to an actual dog.
I was about to say Peregrine's about to go over and just pry his mouth open so Arvax can grab it.
Do it. He's doing he's closed his
gonna
mouth
do
and
it.
chewing harder.
Yep.
Give me
I'm
a
like-
strength. Give me athletics to see if you can do this. Yeah, there is no way Greg's beating that.
Does
So
it just fall out of his mouth?
It just falls out of his mouth.
Okay.
There are no teeth marks in it.
Huh.
I thought it was back in the safe.
He has picked the lock.
Yeah, he got it out. I didn't know he was blue.
I think the image is red because I used the standard kobold. I think I have the Meepo token for him.
And what did Dreyfus knock off the shelf?
It was a little Hummel type thing, but he caught it.
So he was just gnawing on it and nothing happened.
Yep.
Arvax is saying that out loud.
Greg starts to reach for it again.
Nope. I smack his hand. So what does that mean? Someone beating on a bass drum?
It means either there's nothing else possessing that hand that's safe to touch, or Greg's immune to it.
With Arcana.
The
not-
question. The
Okay,
question
What is your question?
is the asshole still inside?
With an Arcana check, you're not sure. I mean, you're still getting the magical aura of necromancy off of it, like all the other bones.
No, I mean inside me.
Oh, no. You search the recesses of your mind, and the only thing you see there is like your teenage self trying on goth makeup.
But he probably knows how to get back in,
Potentially, yes.
I would assume.
He might have made a copy of the key. You're not sure.
Yeah, that is the.
Time to start changing them locks.
I don't know, should we?
What did the hand say?
The hand said
As one?
No, the hand said all will be.
Should we test it again?
All right, so our options are to do fuck all, to try to let someone with very little or no magical power get possessed, or
Potentially.
or let this thing come back together and deal with the consequences as necessary.
As y'all are saying that, you watch as Elaine just picks up the hand,
I
stares
thought
at it,
you said don't pick it up!
and just drops it back into the lead box. Nothing. You
So
might have been
he's-
dealing with a shade. That was my theory. Might have been an echo of himself, still trapped within maybe the rings. I don't know.
So he's gone?
No. It's just that echo might have gone back to where it came from.
Which would be...
Hell if I know.
Or it could have just been the catalyst to get everything a bit more moving.
Well, what, do we let this thing go back together and give it to the vicar, say, hey, here's the necromancer, stop, call off your shit?
No, that's a terrible idea. He'll just decide that there's a cult connected to this because he's
I
called
don't
the whole
know.
army.
I'm not sure where we go from here with this. We don't know where it is. It was
But-
like a random shadow of him in there.
She sticks the box inside the safe and then puts a hand on it, and you watch a ward pop up on it, and she looks directly at Greg. No.
Bad kobold.
Greg
That-
is already... Greg is eating an egg, and you have no clue where the egg came from.
I don't want to know. So where do we go with this? We don't know where that thing actually is. We have 2 days,
And
and we can't connect it to who we think might be involved at the moment.
Who do you think it's connected to?
The vicar?
Her eyebrows go up.
Because, I mean, he'd want to call a holy wind. So
our working theory is that he is the catalyst. He is the catalyst that has kicked all of this off, so that he can seize power.
and raise everything to the ground because he didn't think it's worthy or whatever.
That tracks.
We just don't know how to connect him to it.
Elvorm's not a dumb man,
No, he's a dick.
but I would assume, if you're correct, there has to be fall guys. No pun meant on your names. for your
Oh
group.
no, that if he has his way, they are one and the same.
I feel like he's gonna make the whole diocese his fall guy at this point.
It's either he is either going to I think he's either going to pin it on us or pin it on the prioress as
I
an
don't
excuse
know.
as an excuse to seize power.
He kind of was planting that seed a little bit, talking to us.
He more than likely does want to do that. He has been stuck here for a very long time. I would say about 22 years. He has not been allowed to be promoted because of some mistakes he made.
What'd he do?
Yeah, that would we haven't been able to find a straight answer on why he's being punished.
Why is he stuck here?
She looks directly at Dreyfus.
Arvax does a slow turn.
Dreyfus looks completely surprised.
I knew it.
Dreyfus is what did I do?
What did he do?
His mom.
Dreyfus just stares, and then did Arvax? Do you say that out loud?
Do I? I probably wouldn't phrase it that way.
How would Arvax?
I think what he did might be the reason Dreyfus is here.
Dreyfus is completely confused. Elaine looks. He's 22.
Dreyfus, do math.
Dreyfus's brain has shut off.
Just want to say,
So, Elaine, what you're saying is Dreyfus is the son of the vicar.
Illegitimate when the vicar fucked a cultist leader.
oh, what?
There was a cultist leader over near the Dampwood. The only reason I know is that I may or may not have had a dalliance in the past with
Cool.
one of the priests.
Okay. Let's
Ooh.
let's put. I'm gonna turn. Look at Dreyfus. I'm gonna go. Let's put a pin in that for a second. What was the cult's goal?
Yeah, good question.
Let me hold on. I gotta actually look at some fucking lore here.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
It's gonna be the Vic is gonna be your gonna be your father-in-law.
No. I thought I was gonna get through him or blue-haired priest lady.
Oh, okay. All I know is that the lady's name was Unmara, and that
If
she came from the Halfling Isles.
if it was by the Dampwood, does that name sound familiar to me?
Roll me a history check.
Ooh, it's gonna be bad. Nope, I don't know shit.
No, that's all I know.
Unmara?
Unmara.
Huh. 22 years ago, around the Dampwood, it was a cult. Noting that.
Dreyfus just sits down on the floor.
Yeah, just breathe there, guy. Just
Yeah,
breathe.
we'll get to that in a minute. Huh. This is all. That's
So
just
the-
real convenient.
So the vicar had the hots for a cult leader, that he may have been tied up in the cult itself.
Do you know what the cult was called?
No, I can't remember that.
Dreyfus, do you know anything about that? Being that you're.
I don't think he can talk right now.
Yeah, you're right.
We can order him to go get this woman and bring her to us.
I don't think that's gonna work.
You have to know where she is. Man, I wish I could.
Oh, I do know that the cult left.
Yeah, but if I could message, I wish I could ask my family. They probably would know something about that if it was only 22 years ago.
I did give you a scroll of message. That's 100. That's only like 150 feet. Never mind.
Wait, do I have a scroll? No, that's the other game.
No, I had given you one.
What?
One of these. I had given you one here because I bought. That's how I got. That's how I got message. I bought 3 scrolls and I learned one.
I must have used it because I don't see it.
You might have.
I think
now
I
that I think
used
about it.
it. Sending is what we would need for me to contact my family, probably. So, fuck the cult leader. And he's been stuck here since then. Man, that makes what he did to Dreyfus way more fucked up. And if we could learn more about whatever the cult was.
All right. So here's my working theory. He did this, and he is now using. This cult was about this about, and I'm gonna point to the safe to Junior over here, and it was about Junior over here, and he is now using that knowledge from back then to see that this is it fits.
So is his
22 years ago.
Is his end game really just to basically get, basically raise the area so that he can just improve his status?
Yes.
The fuck?
That's how these people. That's how people in his position work.
I don't like how
You're-
people work.
You haven't dealt with nobles before, have you, dear?
I grew up in the swamp.
This isn't how people work. This is how these people work.
I don't like these people. I didn't like them anyway, but shit. Is there anywhere we could go to try, like, quickly to find out anything more about what this cult might have been?
Smebulok.
Yeah,
You
it's
think
Smebulok.
Smebulok would know? I guess he might. He's old enough. He's probably heard of them before.
Yeah, this is the best lead that we've gotten. You know, except for Skinny over there in the box.
Well, I could run and talk to Smebulok. See if he can give us anything.
Somebody go get Smebulok and bring him here.
I don't know if we want to do that. I don't want him to be looking like he's conspiring or something if we get in trouble.
And also, I don't know if he's going to be able to right now. with
Right,
everything
because
going
they're
on.
probably pretty busy over there. I was thinking just me maybe go. So we don't overwhelm, all the chaos that's probably going on.
I think we should probably stick together because we only have one writ, and if they come in here and
Yeah,
force everyone back to their lodgings, then
Yeah,
we
you're
have
right.
that's the only thing that may keep us out of being locked down.
I guess we should probably go talk to him. Maybe we can get some more info.
I can make a writ.
So you're using your thing to make a false.
How long does that take?
I don't know how.
Yep, you've been here for a minute, so he could have been writing this out the whole time that he's been quiet.
Huh? I give it at least a second one.
If you can forge one that'll be a good enough copy, then we wouldn't all be clamoring in there.
I mean, you're using this. I mean, you literally can copy it. I don't. Roll me a sleight of hand check, I guess, just to see how good we can make it go. Looks pretty good.
I give it to Peregrine.
Okay. Elaine looks at you. If you're gonna go, I think I'm gonna keep that one. And points at Dreyfus, who is kind of catatonic.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be available mentally for a minute.
Yeah, maybe don't. If he tries to leave, don't let him until one of us comes back for him.
She also looks down. Should I keep you, Kobold?
Greg,
Greg is eating a piece of ham.
behave. You listen to the nice fire lady. If not, well, we're not responsible for what she does.
She will make you go boom.
And keep an eye on Dreyfus. Make sure he doesn't go anywhere.
He just gives a thumbs up and starts gnawing on the bone from the piece of ham he had.
I'm going to look at him. Greg, that means you're kind of in charge now.
Oh, why'd you do that?
That means written receipts with prices on it if you buy anything.
We're not going anywhere.
Greg just goes, I'm boss. Yeah. And then you just see Elaine thump him in the head.
No, she's boss.
She's boss. You're just in charge of Dreyfus.
For the moment.
Until we get back.
He just looks up and nods.
Alright, I'm gonna go find Spebulok. What are you guys gonna do?
I'm going to go with you.
I guess I'm going with y'all.
I guess we're all going to find Spebby Luck. We'll be
Gonna
back.
answer the questions or answer to the hammer.
It's maybe a lock. He's gonna answer what he can. We'll be back as soon as we can. I'm gonna kind of give Dreyfus just kind of like an awkward pat on the shoulder as we walk by, like, it'll be okay, buddy.
He doesn't respond.
I figured not, but it's like it's like kind of like, okay, bye.
Tarl reaches in his one of his bags and he pulls out a small reel of bacon and drops it to Greg.
Greg is all about pocket bacon.
I guess we will go head over to find Spebby Luck and ask some questions.
Mulak, as you're about to leave, she kind of pulls on your sleeve.
Yeah, I'll hang back.
She just looks at you. You look a lot like your brother, but I'm not that interested, so please don't oogle me. I noticed you looking while we were doing everything.
Oh, I was just making sure you are who you say you are. You know.
No, before we did that, you were looking me up and down in my pajamas and bathrobe. It was rude.
What?
She noticed you when you were doing detect magic, but she couldn't detect that you were doing detect magic. So that when you looked all over her to see what she had, magic item wise.
She thought you were looking her over to see what she had.
Yeah.
Check this out. You know how you looked at the hand to tell those rings and everything?
Yes.
I did the same thing. But I also checked you out to make sure you are who you say you are. Except I can do it without people knowing that I can do it.
Makes you look like a creeper.
She just looks at you. Noted. Still creepy.
Just making sure you. You see how we're doing all this crazy crap? I want to make sure we're sharing it with people that that aren't lying to us. Yes, just yesterday, my brother was somebody else.
Fair. Keep him safe. I find him comely and attractive.
And for the first time, he kind of chuckles and smiles because she said comely.
So you all make it out into the street and start heading down the market way.
As I walk out, I go, "Oh, by the way, thanks for the broom," because I looked like a different person when I came in and bought it.
She just looks at you, and there's amusement, but there's
Cheeky
also
bastard.
a little annoyance, but there's also amusement.
See?
As you start, anything else?
Gotta know who people. You gotta make sure people are who they say they are.
So as you all leave, she locks the door. And as you're making your way down the street, you see that there are woven branch back up towards where your inn is. You can see that there are probably the entirety of the hill guard is out. So you got the religious cops plus the rent-a-cops out. You don't notice a lot of metal pikes right now until as you're getting closer to their as you're getting closer down to the actual square, you see a mangled body flung out into the street from an alley.
Ah, shit. What the hell?
And emerging is a large
mangled like bloody?
Mangled like partially eaten.
Oh.
Like what was once a person comes flying out, quickly followed by this massive frog-like creature with red skin and barbs and horns all over it.
Mm.
And it looks at you specifically Mularn, and its eyes narrow, and you watch as a second one emerges, crawling along the wall from the other side of the street.
The fuck are those?
And that's where we're going to end the session for tonight. We will start the next session by rolling initiative.
Ah!
That's gonna. The answer to that question is that's gonna be the asshole.
To be fair, that is very much an asshole. But I will drop a token on the map just so Emily can get a better idea of what this is.
Fuck. It's big. Why?
It is twice as big as Peregrine.
Oh no. The fuck is that?
But that's where we're ending, and next
No.
session we start with combat.
Yay.
So, yay! Y'all figured out lore points.
I knew it. What did he do? He did your mom.
Oh, what did he do? You did your mom. Oh wait, hang on. No.
Oh, I want to know some more about that.
I did.
The background with that.
I figured everybody would pick up on that bit because I think I mentioned that the vicar had a very familiar structure to his face.
I just kind of picked up on it, mostly from the hate he was sending at Dreyfus, but I thought it was going to be either him or blue-haired lady that was his parent.
But yeah, that's what we got. Let's see. I'll turn it over to M for what we have coming up in our socials, and Knox for our sign off.
Oh, well, we're glad anyone watched this tonight, or if you are watching this on our YouTube, where we are Team Bonus Action, as well as here on Twitch. We are on Facebook at Team Bonus Action. We are at bonus_team on Twitter. You can always follow us to see when we are going to play, when we are going to update, and we are going to have streams. We have not Into the Woods, the Cheers of Kairos on Thursday, and then this weekend we shall be having our charity game for children with cancer in the Ukraine, not the Ukraine, in Ukraine. Sorry, shouldn't have said it that way. But we will be doing that, and it's going to be a fun game. It's going to be very interesting. It is a complete warlock game with some interesting patrons. So we've got that going on, and then there will be no Into the Woods on Sunday because we will be doing that, and they completed their game last week. That campaign has ended. So then we will be back next Monday with us fighting whatever the fuck the frog thing is. Yay! And you can donate to the charity we are playing for. It has been shared so far on Facebook, and it will be shared again on Twitter, so that we can get some donations going. So yeah.
Very well done. Well, excuse me. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us and hope y'all enjoyed. Until next time, folks, don't let your meatloaf